The biggest cup competition for me in the world. I was lucky enough to get to the semi-final of it, got knocked out on penalties. But it keeps the momentum going, Johnny, doesn't it? We've had 2 clean sheets. Can we get another clean sheet today? Make it the 3rd on the trot. And then it keeps you going, doesn't it? Win this game. But a bit more pressure on a Tuesday night at Luton Town. But it gives you the momentum to that game.
Well, they've got through to the 5th round on 14 occasions in their history. Can they make it 15 this afternoon? The Albion will kick us off, playing from left to right. There are shimmers of sunshine in the far right-hand corner. That's not too cold. Temperatures may drop as the day goes on, though. But Albion ready for business in the FA Cup, looking to emulate last season and go one step better and get through to the final. The journey continues here on BBC Radio Sussex and on Albion TV with the former Seagull striker Warren Aspinall and me, Johnny Cantor. We're ready to go as Evan Ferguson kicks us off here in the 4th round of the FA Cup. As I say, Albion playing from left to right with their travelling supporters behind them in the first half, and it does look like a back 4 with Igor playing left back and Estubinian pushing on, but that could change. We'll see. Warren spotted that in the warm-up, and Igor gets his first touch here, sporting those new Predator type boots that we talked about in midweek, which didn't really help the Albion, but Pascal Gross just dropping deep midway through his own half. Now Van Hecker to Webster, crunching tackle on Adam Webster, a little bit late there on the near side from Brereton Diaz. Well, welcome to Yorkshire, I think is probably the order of the day there from Brereton. The referee is David Coote.
It's not.
Oh, is it not?
Sonny Singill.
Oh, it must have been a change then. Back pass there to Verbrugge. Gross out of a tight corner. There must have been a late change then. Oh, given away in the penalty box, but in there goes Gross to dink it away. Oh, that is interesting. Well, I'm assuming then that
I just saw him running around, Johnny.
Yeah, Sonny Singill is. You're absolutely right, Warren. Good spot. Doesn't really look like him, does it? Spin and turn there by Gilmour to get them over halfway. So Albion on the attack for the first time in the game. Hinshelwood near side squares it. Gilmour again. Albion maybe inevitably seeing a fair bit of possession, trying to get hold of the ball. It will give some of those players coming back like Webster and Igor a bit of confidence. And now it is Igor who's on that left side, 10 yards in to Gross. He floats the ball across to Hinshelwood. He's into the box, heads it in there, and Buonanotte stretches, but not stretching enough, and it goes through to the keeper, Igor Gerbic. Gets his first touch for Sheffield United in goal. Good move that, and a good opportunity.
Vital for us, Johnny, that we get these wing backs forward.
Yeah, over the top it goes towards Diaz, but it'll race on through to Verbrugge.
Stupinian and Hinshelwood. There we just saw the crossfield pass to Hinshelwood wide on his right hand side.
Could Buonanotte have anticipated it a little bit more, perhaps?
If he did, he might have been caught offside, Johnny.
Yeah.
But better header, I would have said it.
From
Hinshelwood.
Yes. But, Adam Webster has it now. I think that ball over the top is something that they will try and use the pace of Archer and of Asula if they can. Archer playing through the middle, giving it away again. Gross tries to go in with the tackle, but it's through the legs of the Albion striker Evan Ferguson. Sheffield United have it again. Norwood always happy to receive the ball in tight spaces. A good technical player, but now they've played it forward again. They've got in behind down the sides. They've got players in the middle as well, but the cross is far too firm. Floats over the top of the Albion keeper and out for a throw. Well, they do manage to get players forward quickly, Sheffield United, and I think down the channels is somewhere they're hoping to exploit today.
Yeah, they're trying to play an high lines in here, but look, there is VAR. That's the good thing about this. You're not relying on the linesman.
No, we aren't. Well, it's gone over Igor. I don't know why he didn't try and control it. Strange one. Did he think it was intended for someone else? But that's a mistake, that's for sure. Rather sloppy there. Sheffield United have possession. It is Norwood who goes back towards the right back position on halfway now. Former Manchester United player rolling it across there to Austin Trusty. Out to Norrington Davis. Big boost for them to have him back. John Egan not available for Chris Wilder. Norwood immediately gets on the ball, floating it up to Diaz. Diaz, nice first touch, up against Hinchelwood. Comes in onto his right side, into the box, shoots. Crashes against Adam Webster. Big shout for handball against the Albion defender. Not given by the referee, but of course it'll be checked. Now they give it away again, Albion. Say, Sheffield United look more up for this. Here's Norrington Davis. Deflected cross, downward header, goes to the back post. And Estupinian is first to it and plays it up there, but then again gives it away. Gross doesn't get to it. Curling cross, in at the near post. Header away by Van Hecker. Urged to shoot in the middle. Norwood changes his mind. Going to the edge of the box, rolled in behind, and it's a last-ditch hooked clearance by Jan-Paul Van Hecker that denies Sheffield United, but they do have a corner.
Keep giving the ball away, Johnny. But okay, we're playing out. Players are making runs and turning their back on it, and they're trying to play a little pass for Gross, give the ball away, trying a little pass, but Ferguson wasn't expecting it.
Corner then right side for the home team. 5 minutes gone here on BBC Radio Sussex. Fourth round FA Cup tie. Plenty of height there, but they played along the ground in at the near post. Took a deflection. Which way has it gone? The referee has given it a corner. Pascal Gross just inquiring.
As well, Johnny, we saw Norwood when he was warming up there. Norwood's getting the ball and pinging it left and pinging it right. There he pinged it left here for Diaz, but Hinchelwood has to know better that Diaz comes in on his right foot all the time.
Yeah, it was very easy for him. Here's the second corner, and this time Hinchelwood goes to meet it, heads it away. A long range shot, which is well wide in the end, dragged by Gustavo Hamer, and it will be a goal kick. There has been a goal at Wigan. They lead Stevenage by 1-0 in League One. There's league action today, of course, as well as the FA Cup. But what an afternoon for Maidstone United. Congratulations to them, and congratulations to the former Albion fullback Gavin Hoyt, who captained the Stones to victory this afternoon. Yeah, Sarmiento getting a goal. Again, Albion give it away at the back. It's played back into the box. Out comes Verbrugge. They need to settle down, really, don't they, Warren?
Well, no, Van Hecker's playing his weaker foot on his left foot. Straight to... Or their midfield players are anticipating it better, aren't they? And getting in front of our players.
The plan is working quite well for Sheffield United, but they've given away a free kick there. Igor is fouled. Just playing it back there to Van Hecker. Good to have him back, and they'll be wanting Joel Veltman back too very soon indeed. Goal for Millwall at home against Preston North End in the Championship. As Igor goes to halfway, left side. Haven't really got Estupinian in the game yet, Warren.
No, but
I understand. To go to the right to Hinchelwood, who has got a little bit of space. Squares it to Buonanotte.
There is acres of space though, Johnny. Like Pascal just got on the ball there. I think the wing backs.
Gilmour's trying to go through the middle, cut out by Sheffield United. Tries to make up for it. They have it back now, Albion. Can they make the most of it? Sheffield United put players forward there. Forward comes Gross, rolls it out wide. Estupinian takes a touch, left side of the box. A couple of defenders in front of him now. Rolls it back, left-footed, get away from his man, but hassled well there by Sheffield United, who kept their shape.
You can see there that Buonanotti's run. He ran towards Estupinian. He was a yard from him. Not going to expect it there, is he? Surely.
Here's Ferguson, comes short, turns, looks up, rolls it wide to Hinchelwood. Hinchelwood back to Ferguson. It was just behind the Republic of Ireland international. Now Webster swinging it back to Van Hecker. Bit of control coming back for the Seagulls after that rather shaky 3 or 4 minutes in Sheffield United possession. Gilmour again. Hinchelwood, right corner of the box. Always coming back there. Norrington Davis forcing him in field. Gilmour down the channel. Gross looks like he's onside. Flag stays down. Dink ball in there. Up there goes Ferguson, who tucks it away from close range. But now the flag comes, and it'll be ruled out for offside.
Well, I can't see, John. There's no
yeah, well, we don't have any screens on our tables here. There's one up on the roof,
You need binoculars to see that one.
I know.
Sure, that must be an health and safety thing, that, Johnny. Where's that falls? What's happening? What's happening? People in front of you.
Yeah. Well, it has been ruled out, so frustration for Evan Ferguson.
It's a good run from Pascal. I think Billy Gilmore took too many, one touch too many. Lovely cross, and Ferguson attacking it, what he's good at.
It's funny, we say, won't we, about Ferguson? Sometimes he maybe just needs a bit of confidence and maybe a decent cross. Buonanotte caught on halfway. Yellow card there.
I think he knows what he's doing though, Norwood. He does it on numerous occasions and gets away with it. There he's left his foot on it.
Well, he's probably targeting Buonanotte as well, saying, look. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see a replay. We haven't actually seen a replay, but but just to see how tight it was, really. I was a little bit surprised when the flag didn't come, but then of course encouraged to keep it down for the full pattern of play.
I don't know why, it's in the last 25 yards of the attack, defending team. Why not put it up straight away then?
Yeah.
They're not going to get any advantage.
Seen that game in Belgium being replayed, don't they? Surely that's going to open the floodgates. Was it Genk against Antwerp after a mistake by VAR? Don't want to get stuck into that one as Gilmore tries to go straight down the middle. Good chase by Ferguson now, shoulder to shoulder. Buoyed by that header, wins it, pulls it back for Estupinian. Good work that by Ferguson. Back into the middle and Gilmore again. And it was a good touch from Ferguson in the build-up, wasn't it, Warren? He actually helped set it up himself, which is a little bit more of what we've come to expect. 10 games without a goal. Goes into his feet. Little flick off to Gilmore. Gilmore driving to the edge of the D. Ferguson again, one touch, right-footed, just over the bar.
That's what Ferguson's all about, Johnny, isn't it? Again, little 1-2. He's done the first bit, just come out only a yard off the defender, slayed it back to Billy Gilmore, got it back again, took one touch out of his feet and pulls the trigger from 20 yards out, just over the bar. But that's what it's all about, not just running towards, keep running towards, especially in that final third. That's what you want to see, backing in, not on the halfway line when he's running towards our own defenders.
Yes, really encouraging signs from Evan Ferguson in the first 11 minutes of the game. Still tied at 0-0. Igor coming across from the left to win the first header. Injury to Gilmore, who went sliding into the tackle.
But Osborne left one on him there as well.
Yeah. And here come Sheffield United down the left side, cutting back in field. Rolled out wide to Norrington Davis. Angle ball in, cut out initially by Hinchelwood, but he didn't get to the second ball. Now they try and pass it out from the back. Buonanotte fouled, and another free kick. Well, a little bit of appeal there from I think it was Hamer in the middle, just saying, "Come on, didn't touch him rough." But still 0-0. But well, a few openings for both sides, Warren.
Yeah, but the main ones are ours, aren't they? They're playing with three up front, aren't they, Sheffield United? But you can break that quite easily. Yeah,
so they've got Sula on the right, they've got Archer in the middle, and also they're three players who will not want to come back, Warren. Gross up there to Ferguson, who rolls it wide, did well to stay on his feet there because he's backing in. Estupinian goes back there to Igor. Then the crossfield ball is on to Hinchelwood if they want to, but they're playing it around the back three initially. Webster creeping forward into his left foot, short pass to Gilmore. Gilmore back to Jan Paul van Hecker. Pretty much playing week in, week out. Now they've given it away. Ball over the top. That's the one they've got to be careful, but that's too straight. That won't get to Archer, and it goes through to Verbrugge. Yeah, Jan Paul Vega yet to score in any competition for the Seagulls.
Pascal Gross, he gets his head up very quickly. I know we don't play like that, Johnny, but Hinchelwood and Estupinian are on.
Yeah, if they can maybe switch it a little bit quicker and provide opportunities from wide areas, which might serve Evan Ferguson even better. But Albion with possession inside their own half, and Hecker looking for a bit of movement. Joao Pedro's come short. I haven't really heard from him yet. Barely touched the ball, but he's on the ball now and he's streaking away, and he threads it through there to Ferguson. One touch to Buonanotte. He cuts onto his left foot, still going, edge of the area. What a strike! What a goal! Facundo Buonanotte, take a bow. He sized it up, went onto his left foot, took an extra touch, and like a bullet, it ends up in the top right-hand corner. Albion lead by a goal to nil.
Johnny, that's why I'm not a manager, because I was screaming to give it to Inchwood on this right-hand side. Just give it to me. It's a naked space to run onto. But no, they wanted to go through the middle, go down the middle again. And Ferguson played brilliantly there. 1-2 into his feet, lays it off. Buonanotte gets it back, shapes to shoot, fades it in, dummies it, goes past him, and rockets it in the top corner. What a strike that is.
Well, we know he's a special talent. We know he can do special things. That's probably a pick of the bunch so far in his Albion career.
It's a shame there's no replays on here, isn't there?
Yeah, very much so. Yeah, hugely frustrating really, because we're on the side, but I bet that looked pretty good from behind for those Albion supporters, maybe down the wrong end of the pitch. I was exactly the same. I thought, why are you cutting in and going into the traffic? But then...
We don't know nothing, Johnny. We knew you, mate.
Well, I think everyone knows that. On the right side, in possession, Sheffield United, looking to find a response. Well, I think you spotted it though, Warren. The credit must go to Evan Ferguson as well in the build-up, because he's made a really important contribution so far, as Van Hecker has to go down the right side of the box, in there to Hinshaw. That's a poor little layoff there, allowing Asula to get in there. Archer trying to turn. Gross didn't foul him. Gilmour nudging it on. Albion's passing not quite on there, and Norrington Davis will have a chance from the left-hand side. Drags it back. Osborne.
I think if they want to put the ball in for wide urgent, I think it's food and drink, isn't it, for Eagle, Van Hecker and Webster. They go out and attack the ball.
Yeah. I mean, Asula's relatively tall, but Archer quite small in the middle, and then Diaz. But well, just don't want to allow them to get into those positions, do they? And they've already seen that they've had a couple of balls over the top, something that they maybe will look to do. But equaliser for Stevenage at Wigan, 1 apiece in that one. We'll keep you, of course, updated on what's happening elsewhere in the FA Cup as well this afternoon. Masses of goals last night. No goals between Everton and Luton. Leicester, Birmingham, Leeds, Plymouth. A little bit later, your Premier League tie, Fulham against Newcastle. Ferguson on halfway, back to Gross, switched by Gilmour to Igor, allowed him to get forward. Can they keep that forward momentum going as they go into Sheffield United territory? Gross just inside his own half.
One-touch football, though, Johnny. 7 players touched it, just had 1 touch each, didn't they?
Yeah.
Moved the ball from left to right.
You always talk about it, Warren, keeping the ball moving as quickly as you can when you're playing in this style under Roberto De Zerbi. That pops up off Ferguson there. Gross trying to win it back. Managed to challenge that one, and it spins back into the left back position where Norrington Davis will pick it up. And to the left hand side, Osborne curling it in behind Van Hecker, who couldn't get to it this time. Chance, but the striker's stumbled, then shoots, then it's deflected. On the rebound for Sheffield United, Igor spreads himself to block. Albion exposed at the back on 2 occasions there in quick succession. And clean sheet survives at the moment. Well, they just seemed to tread on the ball there, and that made it a little bit easier, but the second opportunity wasn't bad. Sheffield United's best chance of the game so far. Yeah,
when you're playing with 3 centre-halves there, the last man, which is Van Hecker today, he's playing in the middle of the 3. You shouldn't get a ball done in behind you.
No.
It's a lovely pass.
It was lovely, a bit of curl on it.
Yeah, from Osborne.
Certainly feel they've got that is the tactic, and Albion need to be aware of that. Masses of pace in Webster, Van Hecker and Webster. Or on the left, as you say, Webster on the right and Van Hecker in the middle. Gilmour out to the right to Hinshaw, stabbing it along the ground. Pitch does look like it's scuffing up a bit. There are a couple of areas where it's actually brown rather than green. So played host to the Rugby League World Cup as Igor tries to play Ferguson in behind, 2 straight, and it goes through to Ivo Gerbic.
One club there, Igor, wasn't it?
Yeah.
On the iron shots, Johnny, on the Gold Coast. That way too heavy.
It's been a bit cold for that recently, but good to see young Sussex golfer Marco Penge on the DP Tour. His debut season after winning in Mallorca on the final day of the Challenge Tour last year. Didn't quite make the cut, only 1 shot off, but exciting year ahead for him. Here's João Pedro. He's got Hedgewood on the right. Just played it in behind, goes back to the Brazilian. Right corner of the box, tries to turn and jink inside the area. Here's Norwood, plays it up there, turn around the corner in the middle by Archer, gets the return. Good covering tackle by Van Hecker. Held things up well there. Brereton Diaz back to Norrington Davis. They are stretched at times. Oh, Ferguson comes back well, nicks it off Osborne. Tremendous forward play, just you want, defending from the front. Now João Pedro into the middle of the pitch, midway through the Sheffield United half. Across there to Estupinian. He's got those gloves on today. Not many with that. Not sure you're allowed gloves, are you, in the Chris Wilder side? Buonanotte, back to Gilmore. Gilmore turning away there from Archer. Also leading Sutton United by a 1-0 in League 2. Meanwhile, Leyton Orient 1-0 up away at Reading. Terrible problems for Reading at the moment, but I know Albion supporters very much in solidarity. And here the Seagulls lead by a 0-0. 20 minutes played on BBC Radio Sussex and on Albion TV. One apiece between Worthing and Torquay in the National League South. And the same scoreline between the two boroughs, Eastbourne and Farnborough. Buonanotte caught in possession, then he fouls Diaz. Free kick on halfway for the home side.
Yeah, I just keep saying there's so much space for these wing backs, and they keep going down the middle, crowded area.
Yeah.
Just a stretch, this Sheffield United side.
Yeah.
Only 3 offside here.
3, yeah.
Only 3
on
of
the
them.
right. Asula has it, he's in the box. No flag just yet, still turns it round the corner. Dink ball into the area. Header by Webster, goes to Igor, he hooks it clear.
Offside, look.
And up comes the flag.
Don't give it. Wasting my time. Aren't they?
Yeah. They talk about how football's extended, Warren, how long games are and everything. Not surprising, really, if you're going to play extra minutes of football.
Well, somebody could get hurt there. Somebody get clattered.
And I think that's a very valid point.
Because it's not like it's on the halfway line or just inside the half. It's the carry on. So they're getting no advantage to the away side or the home side there. We're getting no advantage out of it. We're defending, and it's just previously Sheffield United were defending. Yeah.
And as you say, you've got to sort of defend manfully, haven't you? Because the ball's still in play, so it's not helpful, really. Here's Hinchelwood. Seemed to stumble there. A little divot underneath his boot. And now Gross on the centre spot. Short 15-yard ball on the ground to Igor. There's Estupinian taking a slightly different role. There's Gross, Gilmore. The ball is in there, but the first time one from Buonanotte finds Ferguson. He then does roll it out wide to Hinchelwood. No one close to him, so he returns it to the defence. So Buonanotte lets it run across his body, going into the middle of the pitch. Little short ball into João Pedro. Drags it onto his right side. Took too long, crowded out. Won by Sheffield United. Ball over the top. Webster has to chase. Diaz has it. Brereton Diaz from the left side of the box, up against Webster. Van Hecker arriving. Again, he's onto his right foot, steers it across to the back post. Oh, it bounces up there onto the chest of Hamer and goes behind for a goal kick. It's another chance, though, for Sheffield United.
João Pedro has to liven up a little bit in this game, doesn't he? We know how good he is, and
funnily enough, he started probably the brightest of all the Albion players in recent games, but today, as you say, we've barely seen him.
But he loses the ball quite easily, one pass over the top. But what did Van Hecker do straight away there, Johnny? He came across to help Webster out, because probably Van Hecker knows Diaz better than anybody in our team at the time at Blackburn.
Absolutely. Well, Diaz was such an exciting player. Scored, of course, on his debut, the Chilean international against West Ham United. Not a bad way to start your Time with the blades. Always makes you a little bit more popular. I'm familiar with the big mop of dark hair. He's trying to close down Adam Webster, but offloaded, and Gross now has it, rolling it forward to Gilmour, back to Gross again. Those two so much on the same wavelength so much of the time. From past the midway point of this first half, with the Seagulls still leading by that wonderful strike by Facundo Buonanotte. Gilmour sitting deep, just inside his own half. Good run from Estupiñán from the left flank, in behind. Could have made some space out wide there for João Pedro as well. Igor next to go through the middle. Estupiñán not finding too much room to roam beyond, because it is congested in front of the ball, but the Albion still have it through Igor. Little return of passes between João Pedro and Estupiñán, the two South Americans combining neatly.
It's a good football lesson how to keep the ball, Johnny, but we're not going too far off. We've got about 35 passes now, but we've gone nowhere, have we? Kept the ball.
Yeah, kept it, but they've not really progressed. They need to try and find a little bit of space, but they found a little bit of space out wide here with Estupiñán. That's behind Ferguson again, but he recovers and finds Gilmour. Gilmour creeping forward. Two defenders in front of him, so wide to Hinshelwood, back into the middle. Buonanotte still very tight. Can they break through that middle area? No, they can't. Gross's pass isn't great. The clearance isn't either, so Buonanotte picks it up again and retains possession for the Seagulls.
Just they're camped in their own half and they can't get out.
Not at the moment. Equaliser for Reading. Harvey Nibbs has got the goal there for the Royals at the Medeski Stadium.
We've got everybody behind the ball, Johnny, but Sheffield United, but they can't get it.
Here's Estupiñán trying to inject a little bit of pace, coming off the left flank into João Pedro, back to Igor. Well, have to be patient maybe, but here's Ferguson, takes it across the line, rolls it to Hinshelwood, right corner of the box, drifting into the area now. Maybe waited too long, so has to go back to Webster, all the way back there to Igor.
Some good running off the ball there to create space for his teammate Ferguson again.
Here's João Pedro turning his man, getting into the box, goes
Penalty.
down, and the referee points to the spot. He had a very clear view there, Sonny Singill.
I think Bogle is brought him down, hasn't he? He's turned his centre half there, the captain.
Amahodzic.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that, Johnny, not me. But it's a great turn. But then Bogle came across and it's a penalty. And I don't know, nobody's answered my question, Johnny, about these penalties. I think he sent the goalkeeper the wrong way every time.
Well,
nobody's answered me the question.
Oh, right, okay.
The last five I know.
Yeah.
I didn't know about the first three.
Well, we can find that. I'm sure we can find that out, no problem.
We'll see this one.
Let's see which one he does here. Of course, it'll be checked by VAR.
But this goalkeeper's just going to take a chance, isn't he? He's only came in the country today, didn't he?
Yeah. Well, there's a little bit of a wait here. We don't have any instructions in terms of, but we can just assume that VAR is now getting involved. I mean, he sort of staggered, didn't he? He sort of like, I think he was in there was a little sort of half a second of hesitation from the referee.
But it's down to Darren Bond, Johnny.
The check is over, isn't it?
I think it's a good position for the referee to see everything.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he is well positioned. João Pedro with the opportunity then here, just as we approach the half-hour mark. And as always for the Seagulls, since Alexis McAllister, it will be João Pedro who won the penalty, who will take the penalty.
Don't watch the eyes. See if he's sending the wrong way, John.
Yeah. All those Sheffield United fans behind the goal trying to put João Pedro off. But an opportunity for Albion to take a 2-goal lead here at Bramall Lane from the penalty spot. Pedro, short little steps, right-footed, and of course you know what the result is. His 100% record intact. Albion lead by 2-0. So cool once again from João Pedro. He created it and he's taken it and he's scored it.
And he sent it the wrong way as well. So can somebody out there listening tell me, did he send the first 3 penalties, the goalkeeper, the wrong way? Because he has done for the last 6.
Well, that's a 2-goal cushion. Warren, how important would that be to build on that first goal from Buonanotte?
For me, Johnny, I'm going to the cupboard now and getting my suit out, my Wembley suit, just dusting it down a little bit. I think it's just the movement of these forward players, the wing backs running inside, creating space, allowing Webster to get forward, allowing Eagle to get forward now. It's wonderful to watch. It's just, it would take the foot off the gas. If we can get another one before half time, the suit's coming out.
Well, I think Chris Wilder won't be too happy with the decision, but when you get those opportunities, you've got to take them, and that's exactly what Pedro did on a rather muted Bramall Lane, with Albion leading by 2-0. Another goal for Worthing. They lead by 2-1 against Torquay this afternoon. Still pushing for promotion. Pedro on the ball again now. Back to Buonanotte. Can't take their foot off the gas though, Warren, can they?
They can't take the foot off the gas. And Sheffield United fans again a bit irate now, Johnny, because they don't want to just put the foot in, because they just get played around.
Yeah. I think the only danger is an element of complacency and not trying to play as positive as possible, really. Leeds are leading Plymouth by 1-0. Jadon Anthony with the goal there for United. And so keep you in tune, and loads of games of course tomorrow as well in the FA Cup. You can see all the goals. Unfortunately they don't put our commentary over it. They have one specially brought in to do that. Apparently ours isn't good enough. There you go.
My mum said it's good enough, Johnny.
Well, it's good enough for your mum, it's good enough for us, and it's good enough for the listeners at home. That's all we care about. Here's João Pedro off to the left hand side. Estupinian back to Gross, a little short pass, exchanging there with Pedro, who goes again now, bursting forward, little short run, curling it right footed across to Hinchelwood, right corner of the box. Webster behind him, holds on to it now, caught in 3 minds there, Adam Webster. Diaz wanted a free kick, didn't get it, maybe a little bit unlucky. I think maybe Adam Webster was a little bit lucky, didn't get caught in an awkward position there. I thought maybe Hinchelwood could have played it in behind.
You don't have to do anything fancy, don't you? That's what you do, just play one first time football. Yeah. First touch football. It's brilliant when they're doing that, Brighton.
Yeah, there's not many better teams. We heard Chris Wilder talking about the amount of passes that Albion put together. At one stage they were just behind Manchester City. I haven't had an update in terms of the Premier League, of course. Here's Van Hecker. Good header there by Buonanotte to keep it in. Hinchelwood's first time ball isn't a great one, but causes a few issues for Trusty, whose slice clearance goes behind for a corner on this right hand side.
Yeah, but it's caught the Sheffield United unaware, haven't they? They're not expecting the cross, so when it goes in there, he's panicking. Where's it going? Where's it going? Behind me? He swings at it, and it's gone for a corner.
Yeah. It's that surprise, playing the ball in early. Was it the best of his connection, was it? But it's still, and also he's facing his own goal. So difficult for defenders when they're facing their own goal. The ball comes in from a wide area. Anything can happen, all sorts of deflections. But Albion 2-0 up and have a corner, which Pervis Estupinian has come across to take. Down on this right hand side below us. Stepping up, left footed, curling it in there towards Ferguson, headed away, back in by Gilmore. Another volleyed clearance, not too much distance. Come back to Estupinian, who's on the left side. Cushion volley back to Hinchelwood.
At the moment, John, it's just too easy, isn't it? It's too
That's
easy.
what I'm thinking. I'm thinking just, if anything, it's only a matter of complacency, really, and which is why I think, especially at this stage of the game, you've just got to keep positive, keep playing.
Chris Wilder, he'll be fuming, as I know. He'll be saying that somebody has to go and put a foot in. Someone has to go and smack somebody here. That's what he'll be saying. You're giving far too much time.
Yeah, making it quite easy for the Albion, who are quite happy to.
They're just playing around, and what they're doing, they're closing down in singularly, not collectively.
Yeah, and then suddenly they can break out and come in a wide position, which is where they are now with Hinchelwood. On this near side, back in field, into the edge of the box. First touch from Pedro is poor. And trying to dink it clear, but it came off Gilmore. Down to the left, Osborne does well. Nice scooped back heel there by Diaz. Again, Van Hecker with an important block to deny Cameron Archer. Van Hecker's done well today. The most assured of the three centre-backs for the Seagulls so far this afternoon, with 33 minutes played of the first half.
Like you said, Johnny, it's just can they keep this up, Sheffield United, because we're moving them so much. We're going to lose a lot of energy.
Yeah, and that's only more to come, you would have thought. Winless in the last 7 against Sheffield United in all competitions. 3 draws, 4 defeats. And they lead by 2-0. Buonanotte, edge of the box. Pedro over the bar.
If he hits that on target, Johnny scores, because the keeper's gone down. He's expecting it to shoot. But it's a great play again, one-touch football.
It's a Sheffield United player down, injured.
I think
he went for power though, Warren. Could he maybe have just taken a little bit off it and made sure he hit the target perhaps?
Well, he could have done, yeah, but I'll just be aware that he's got in so easy if I was the opposition manager.
Well, a little bit of treatment coming up here. Pedro adding to his tally for the season, up to 16 in all competitions now, with that second goal for the Seagulls. And you will want to watch the first. That's from Facundo Buonanotte. Good to see him creating and contributing as well. Just the one Premier League goal for the Argentinians so far this season. So what's happening elsewhere? Well, in the FA Cup, Leeds leading Plymouth by 1-0. Leicester City 0, Birmingham 0. Goalless between Everton and Luton this afternoon. Millwall 1, Preston 0. That's in the Championship this afternoon. Goalless between Sunderland and Stoke. The big story there, really, that Alex Pritchard has said he will not play for Sunderland. Is that right? Is that? Yes, it was. Yeah, well, yeah.
I think he's been touted to go with his ex-manager to Birmingham City.
With Tony Mowbray. So Exeter leading Barnsley by a couple of 0-0. Bristol Rovers lead by the same scoreline at home against Oxford United. Bolton 1 up at Carlisle today. We mentioned earlier, Reading 1, Orient 1, and also still level between Wigan and Stevenage, a goal apiece between those two. No game for Crawley today, of course. They were due to place Wrexham, who take on Blackburn Rovers in the FA Cup on Monday. Walsall 1, Sutton United 1. Colchester away at Waltham this afternoon. They lead by 1-0. And Doncaster Rovers 0, Stockport County 3.
Well, they're there with it, aren't they? Top of the league.
I was going to try and check on your old mate at Chesterfield, because they're leading by 1-0. We actually came by Chesterfield today, last part of the journey. And forward it comes from Gerbich. Gross first to it, plays it onto Pedro on his chest, trying to lob it high and find Ferguson allowing the defender to head it, then go out of play. More forward place. Looks so sharp today, Evan Ferguson. I think just as well, things are just running a little bit kindly for him. Sometimes it hasn't always worked. He's been a bit unlucky, but very much number 9 centre forward play. Here's Buonanotte, trying to overcomplicate, but got lucky because there's a slip by Ben Osborne. You can just start to hear a few jeers and shouts from the home crowd around us down below, with 8 minutes remaining, because their side trail by 2-0 here at Bramall Lane.
So they get one thing they'll do here, they'll get booed off at half time.
Here's Pedro out wide, and now the flag comes up quickly. Not sure whether he needed to do that, so not quite on the same wavelength. Here we go on Pedro penalties. The first one against Luton, he went the right way, so that's the only time the keeper has guessed right against Joao Pedro. And I'm assuming that's all penalties, including the Europa League as well. So, and thank you to Louis and Ashley Adams-Edwards. Top work, lads.
I knew the last 6 because I've been watching him.
We wouldn't notice as the trend is developing. Joao Pedro sending it towards the corner flag. Inchwood hasn't given up hope, but has gone behind for a goal. See that sloppy from Pedro there? Yeah. He beats him quite easily, and he could have took it on a little bit further, and he's outside of his foot. Sort of fancy pass. Wrong club again. Is it the? Yeah, I think there's the only danger if they start to make unforced errors.
And I think that's what the manager will be saying at half time. He'll be saying, look, listen, we know it's easy, but keep doing what you're doing. Don't get too cocky. You win this game, convince her. Put the game to bed.
Yeah, you don't want to get into bad habits, do you? Pushing the back on Buonanotte. Free kick, 10 yards inside the Sheffield United half. Well, he's very softly spoken, Joao Pedro. Very calm when you chat to him, and he's very calm from the penalty spot. There's Gilmour tight in the centre circle. 3 players around him, but now Gross releases Buonanotte. Buonanotte on there to Pedro. There's a late foul there. The referee was just waiting to play the advantage.
Well, it's Pedro again, isn't it, giving the ball away? The manager's not happy though. He's ranting and raving, and his backroom staff
whistling out. You can hear him
saying, "Luke, just keep going."
Yeah,
but you need to be better.
Just done that, the old punching of the sort of wrist and the forearm, as if to say, be stronger, keep going, keep battling. And it's a sign that, you know, some of these, especially the younger players and those that have come from South America, have to take on board. I mean, I always felt that Alexis McAllister was quite happy to take the bumps and the bruises, and I think probably when you're a skillful player, you know it's going to come. I mean, there's a lot of talk around Bukayo Saka wasn't there in terms of whether he should be better protected and whether it was just Mikel Arteta bleating, but Buonanotte does seem to have been hurt in this one, and he is down. We've also had another injury to a Sheffield United player, so in this first half, so I imagine there will be a fair bit to be added on at the end of the first period. But at the moment, Albion leading by 2-0. And a reminder, no podcast on Tuesday, because we'll be live from Kenilworth Road. 7:45 kickoff. Our build-up starts from 7 p.m. Do join us for that, and then a small matter of the visit of Crystal Palace Saturday from 2, live from the Amex. And the run in the Premier League, Warren, is quite enticing, isn't it, in terms of opportunities for Albion to, keep up the pressure elsewhere. Yeah,
we said it's a big week this week in the podcast, and I think it is, Johnny. This game going through into the next round of the Cup, and then in the 2 league games, Luton in the bottom 3 and Palace just hovering above, so at home. So it's for me, get through this game, win it, and take 6 points, and the manager will be delighted, fans will be delighted, I'm delighted, everybody's delighted, and we're marching on.
It won't be easy though. Luton Town leading Everton by 1-0 this afternoon. Reece Burke has got the goal there for the Hatters away at Goodison Park. I won't be too happy with that scoreline, the Toffees fans, but when Buonanotte's had his treatment, I think he'll be coming back on in a short while. But here's the free kick, touched by Hinchelwood to Gross. What about clipping it in? Squares it to Gilmour. Gilmour urged to shoot. He does. It's well over the bar. And the chance has gone there. Quite run to plan, that one.
No, it's not his strongest point, is it? Billy's striking from the edge of the box. I mind 35 yards out. He's only rising and rising. That was.
Yeah, yet to score in the for the Albion this season. Worthing now 3-1 up as the ball spread over the top of Igor, glances off the top of his head. Brugger's going to try and stop it from going for a corner, and he does. Has to concede the throw though. I think that's the only danger for the Albion, isn't it? That ball in over the top. That time Igor deciding to head it, took a little bit of the pace off it. On halfway, Trusty across to the right hand side using Armahodzi. Chipped up towards Asula way on the right touchline, midway through the Albion half, just laying it back, wanting to get the return, comes bouncing back into the middle. Chance maybe for Norwood to get on the ball as well. Picks it up, looks to the left, Trusty now on there to Osborne onto his left foot. Warrington Davis, Osborne again. That's good harassing there by Brighton and Hove Albion, getting to the ball, putting pressure on the man in possession and forcing Sheffield United back into their own half. Sunderland leading Stoke by 1-0. Flag stays down, ball over the top. Sheffield United through, across the face of goal, spilled by the keeper, tucked home by the home side. They were caught just before, down that flank. A little simple jink ball. The cross came in, but Brugge palmed it into the path.
Looks offside to me.
Palmer tucked it away.
Well, they're not complaining, Brighton players.
Well, they're not. We'll have to wait and see, but everybody is striding purposefully back towards halfway. Well, again, we will not see a replay. Joao Pedro's just asking the referee. And we'll have to wait and see what comes of it. It was Gustavo Hamer who scored it. Albion have got themselves ready for the restart.
I thought he was about 3 yards offside.
Well, we're slightly down the other side of the pitch. It's back over on the left in front of the Albion fans where the goal was scored.
Well, it's about 4 yards in front of Eagle, wasn't it? Unless Webster's on this side playing everybody on. I'm not too sure, Johnny.
Well, Albion have already had a goal ruled out. It was Evan Ferguson's header in the first 10 minutes of the game. But here, a long delay as we wait into the final 60 seconds of normal time in the first half. Albion currently leading by 2-0, but Sheffield United believe that they have pulled one back.
8 minutes.
We will have 8 minutes of injury time for those two long standing injuries. Some people can't be bothered or are heading to the concourses already. Well, it's
I'm surprised though Brighton players didn't complain and somebody raised their hands.
Absolutely.
It goes to the linesman or something like that. Just like, oh, okay, we conceded the goal, let's go to the halfway line.
They didn't even put their arms up, I don't think, as the move was played. But you draw the lines, you have a look, you see what happens. And this is the frustration with VAR, isn't it? The communication. Pascal Gross is the captain. It's his job probably to go forward and speak to the referee. The goal stands.
Poor. It's a poor goal, Johnny. Isn't it?
Yeah.
And again, it's just too easy. One ball over the top. Goalkeeper should do better. Ego's got caught out of position. No, and that's what happens when you take the foot off the gas, Johnny. Look, there you go, look. The ball
Gilmour gives it away. Sheffield United getting to 10 yards outside the box. Rolled down the right. Players flooding forward. Shot in at the near post. Came off Van Hecker, I think, but no. The referee says goal kick.
I think he's kicked Van Hecker's studs, I think. It's a sore one, that.
Yeah. Well, VAR is so frustrating from so many points of view.
I was just going to say, Johnny, I was looking at the stats. It's off the scale. I said, oh, they might make 100 passes this half. They've made 100 in that bit of play. They made 106 passes. They've made Sheffield United. They've had 20% possession. It was 17 before that little pass in the play.
So play resumes.
But it gives you, just short half time gives you.
Well, it changes the complexion of things, doesn't it, completely. And I think they'll always fancy themselves with the ball, simple ball over the top. Now Verbrugge's made a mistake and kicked the ball straight out. It's gone for a throw, taken quickly by Sheffield United. Maybe feel they have enough time to get another, because there's another 5 minutes of added on time here at the end of the first half. 2-1 to the Seagulls. Pinged in there by Norwood, comes off the top of Gilmour's head. In comes Norrington Davis, his first touches are 4-1. Webster's clearance, just a little floaty little one down the near side, picked up by Sheffield United again. Lack of conviction, really.
With injury time, Johnny, 3 or 4 minutes into the injury time, put your foot through it, put in their half, trying to play out there, just like Bellinocchi has done now.
Yeah,
get us up the pitch.
Right up the pitch. It's just gone into the half where Chris Wilder, an overarm throw down to get it back to Norrington Davis.
Gone out here.
Referee. Oh, I'm sorry, Chris, I disagree with you there.
Yeah, me too.
Trying to approach about 10 yards there, Chris Wilder. And his side have it, switching it from left to right, still inside their own half, but Now they've got forward. Cross goes Gross, but his tackle isn't strong enough. Again, they've gone down that right side of the Albion box. This time it's dragged back on the angle. Gilmour goes to meet it, puts it out for a throw. All the momentum with the home side at the moment at the end of this first half.
Yeah, it certainly is. Well, that's what happens when you take your half an eye off the game. Look, Pedro easily taken off, ball taken off Pedro. That.
And there goes Estupinian. He guides the ball out for a throw down by that corner flag. Yes.
It's about game management. Webster, just clear it. He's trying to find a player, and there's about 4 players around him. Clear your lines.
Yeah, just turn them back towards their own goal. And say that they've probably been at their worst since they scored the second goal, Warren.
Yes.
And as you said, the word sloppy at times with the passing. But, on halfway, Sheffield United have it. Luton leading Everton by a 1-0 at the break. Here we continue. A later finish with the 8 minutes to be added on. 2 injuries, one to either side. Trusty going back there to his keeper, Gerbic. Onto the left side, Estupinian's header falls for Sheffield United. One back by Gross. Pedro's first touch wasn't great, but he tried to get it back under control, which he successfully does. And it eases the ball back to Eagle. Albion fans trying to just G up their side late on here as it's rolled into Ferguson back to halfway. Gross now. You always know that the ball out wide is on, and they found Hinshelwood here. No one steaming through the middle. Ferguson tells him to put it back to Gilmour, which is exactly what he does, but sometimes it's going to be about the timing of the run in behind. Sheffield United got it just right for their goal. Tries to suck Sheffield United in, and Hecker turns to João Pedro in the left channel, away to Estupinian, encouraging Gross to make the run forward. Just caught from behind, free kick. Wasn't much of a touch, but I think there was a little bit of a contact. Certainly don't think Pascal Gross wanted to continue the surging run deep into the Sheffield United half.
No, he didn't. There's not mobility in that Sheffield United with Hammer and Norwood, and they've both been booked now, haven't they? You've heard of them.
Yes. Well, it was a good opportunity, but now they're going to have to settle for the free kick, which is on the left side. Estupinian touches it to Gross, back towards Estupinian, too close to the man in the middle which was defending, which was Cameron Archer. And again, another wasted opportunity. A couple of free kicks that Albion have wasted in this first half. They have a throw on the left. Igor retreating and going all the way back to Bart Brugge. Could he have held on to the cross potentially?
Well, you can't hold on to it, John. You don't parry it to one of their players, do you?
No, you need to get it right out of the danger area if possible. Back pass to Gerbic. Gerbic dinking it over Buonanotte to get it to the left at Austin Trusty. On to Reece Norrington-Davis. And those familiar floated balls by Oliver Norwood across the pitch to the right hand side, and Jayden Bogle playing it down the channel, and there to Archer. Back out return, Bogle drags it back, edge of the box. Another chance here for Sheffield United right at the death of the first half. Curling cross near post, 2-2. Lovely bit of work on the right, a curling ball in, and there to head home for Sheffield United was William Asula. We're heading into the break, level pegging.
Too easy, isn't it? Ball out there. If I'm honest, Johnny, I think he's offside. It's only about 3 yards from the goal line, and he's headed that in. It's offside. Surely. No.
Igor is playing him on, I think.
Eagle may be playing him on.
Well, this time we have seen a replay. Well, a couple of Albion defenders sort of half-heartedly put their arms up in the air. I think Igor is playing him on. Again, we shall have to wait and see. There was a VAR check for the first one.
Go by the lines, Igor's foot's playing him on. Igor's had a bad 45 minutes defending, Johnny. Both goals have come down his side.
Does he change it at half-time, perhaps?
Foot's...
Yeah, it's well on. Yeah, Igor's left foot certainly playing Asula onside. Suddenly they seem to have got VAR working on the screens and we'll be able to see it. We haven't had it so far, but it's a good half a yard, so the goal will stand. They're certainly never dull in the FA Cup when it comes to the Albion. Why does it take so long, Warren? That's the thing that frustrates me. It does frustrate everybody.
So sloppy.
Yeah, it is.
Suits back in the wardrobe, Johnny.
Well, certainly a different dimension to the game coming up in the second half. Albion heading forward here.
Well, look at the urgency now, Brighton playing. I like to play that when you're 2-0 up.
Well, I think they thought the job was done.
It's only done when you start keeping the ball and passing properly. Not just laid back. Igor's had a preferred defensive wise, and he's cost them both goals.
Yeah. I just wonder whether he may return it to Estupiñán at left back in the second half. It's always said that he isn't a left back. Has played in a 3 before. So we played 10 minutes of added on time in this first half. Half which is soon to be over as Estupiñán heads to the far touchline. Half-time whistle goes. Sheffield United 2, Brighton and Hove Albion 2. The Seagulls leading and having a 2-goal cushion after a wonderful strike by Buenanotte, was followed up by João Pedro from the penalty spot. But 2 goals in the last 11 minutes of that first half. Hamer with the first, stroking home after the ball had been palmed into his path by Bart Verbrugge, and then a header from William Asula in injury time.
Chris Wilder,
2-2 at half-time.
Straight to the referee, Chris Wilder. Straight to the referee, he's gone. Shouting and ranting and raving. But, like you say, John, we've let Sheffield United back in this. These fans were going to boo this side off, weren't they? And now
they were just booing the referee off.
Yeah,
they were unhappy. You could start to hear the cheering. But Albion, probably architects of their own downfall. As you said, Warren, there's certainly a feeling that they took their foot off the gas after 2-0. So still plenty of work to do as we head into the second half, which is coming up live from Bramall Lane. But at half-time, Sheffield United 2, Brighton and Hove Albion 2.
The FA Cup live.
BBC Radio Sussex.
As Johnny said, it's never dull with the Albion in the FA Cup. Comfortably 2 up. Buenanotte and Pedro with his 12th successive penalty of his professional career, his 9th for the Albion. But it's 2-2, 2 late goals for Sheffield United. Already today, Maidstone have knocked out Ipswich by 2-1, the 6th tier side, into the 5th round, the last 16. Everton 0, Luton 1, Leeds lead 1-0 at home to Plymouth, and it's Leicester, Birmingham goalless. 7 tonight, Fulham, Newcastle. In a moment, we're going to hear from Vicky Lasada and Mel Phillips as the Albion get ready for a huge WSL game at home to Chelsea. We'll hear from Angus Patterson at 5 o'clock. In the National League South, Worthing 3, Torquay 1, and Eastbourne Borough 1-1 with Farnborough. They are both half-times. In the Australian Open, Aryna Sabalenka, the defending champion, won this morning, so back-to-back trophies for her. The men's final tomorrow, the Italian Yannick Sinner against Russia's Daniil Medvedev. Well done to Brighton runner Amber Anning, breaking the national indoor 200-metre record that Catherine Merry set 25 years ago. She took it down to 22.60 seconds, taking 0.23 off Catherine's record. In the cricket, Ollie Pope, 148 not out. They put on 112 for the 6 wickets, him and Ben Foakes. England lead by 126 with 4 second innings wickets remaining. They'll resume tomorrow morning, 3:16 for 6 on day 4. And good luck to East Grinstead's women. They meet Slough tomorrow in the Super 6 finals day.
This remains one of the toughest processes around.
On BBC iPlayer,
I need you to create a virtual escape room.
The Apprentice is back.
So excited to be here in Budapest.
I want you to launch a new Formula E team.
Every second counts!
You lost me money.
Sorry, guys, shush. Just tell the truth.
You've been using crumble. The fish cake.
You kidding?
The Apprentice
You're fired.
starts Thursday on BBC iPlayer.
Alan is back. Alan Sugar. Good afternoon. So let's switch to the Albion's women then. Remember, they are looking to make it 3 wins in 7 days. They welcome top of the table and defending champions Chelsea, a side they've never beaten in the WSL today. They beat Bristol City, the bottom side last week, and they won in the League Cup to make it 3 from 3 and go through to the quarterfinals of the Conti Cup. I've been speaking to the Spanish international midfielder and former Barcelona player Vicky Losada, one of their 12 signings in the summer, and first head coach Mel Phillips, who says they might still add more players before the end of the January transfer window.
I think we're, in a similar position to a lot of clubs, always looking to grow. The important thing for us in January is to find the right fit and not just adding for adding's sake. We have a really clear vision of the players that we brought in the summer and what we'd like to do in the summer ahead. And it's important to get it right in the January window because there's very little time for a player to really acclimate with the season left at hand. I think it's about getting the right fit.
BBC.
Chelsea, meanwhile, have just announced the British record fee of almost £400,000 for Levante's Colombian striker Mayra Ramirez. A different league, but the same league, really. That's big money, isn't it? And that's what you're up against, Mel.
Yeah, she's a fantastic player. Obviously, we have a Colombian international in our team and a player coming from Levante in Tatiana and past as well. So familiar with the level and evaluations of her. Obviously, I think what Chelsea have in terms of their scouting and recruitment department is a lot that other clubs can learn from ourselves as we're growing and building out our own departments because they certainly have a footprint in the youth, in the young English market, but equally continuously looking at succession plans in depth, and that's what they've done. So it's a credit to them. It's a fantastic signing, and we'll be looking to continue about our own business in the same manner.
Well, indeed. And what about your business? I mean, a great week so far. Mel, gutsy win over Bristol City into the quarterfinals of the League Cup, an achievement in itself. And now a chance to take on Chelsea at home. You must feel momentum and ready for this challenge now.
Yeah, I think we've been growing throughout the month of January and certainly growing from what we've learned about ourselves in the first half of the season. I mentioned we want to evolve the team slightly differently in the second half to make sure that we have a lot of confidence in our performances. I think, the team performed exceptionally well when we had games against the top 4 in successive matches in the first half of the season. And that's because there's no pressure. There's nothing to lose. You go out there, you put in a top performance, and it's how you can recreate the level and the intensity of those performances consistently over time and throughout other opposition in the league. And when you go and you play toe-to-toe with a team like Chelsea, you're going to stretch yourself and learn a lot about your shortcomings and where you can continue to build on as well.
Do you feel ready to really take them on this Saturday, perhaps the best opportunity you have had for some time?
Look, I think we played them exceptionally well the last time we played them as well. What adaptability that we needed in that game to then go put that into place when we faced United and City in the following weekend. So we've got our own objectives and areas that we want to measure ourselves in this game, and we'll be focused on that. But yeah, no time like the present to go take on a title contender.
Let's turn to Vicky, to your left. Vicky, this is a real opportunity, isn't it, to take on Chelsea? And last week it was the side at the bottom. This week you're playing the side at the top. That is the WSL, isn't it?
Yeah, it is both for us. Every game is as important as the one before and the next upcoming. We're focusing on ourselves. We know to improve. We want to improve our mistakes, and we've been working hard during the whole month of January. And it's a big game, and I think you have to play big teams if you want to improve. So all the respect to Chelsea, but we're going to go out there trying to get the 3 points and trying to perform and focus on the performance.
And it looks like the winter break has really done you all good. You know, you've had a lot of players that came in just before the summer. So a lot of new faces. Do you really feel you are bonding and gelling as a team?
Not yet, but it's completely normal. It's completely normal. The league goes so quick. Sometimes the last 2 weeks now, we haven't had time to train. It's good that we've had a few cup games, so we all can get minutes. We need the whole squad to win. We are a team. We're not a group that we have one player that we know is going to win the game. So I think we need more time, and we are working in the right direction. And we just want to make sure that we're taking steps forward.
What about your development? How are you feeling with your game now?
For me, it's been challenging. It's been challenging because my whole life I've been playing in a team where normally has more possession. So I came here. I'm learning a lot from the girls. I'm learning how to affect the game, maybe not having as much as possession, but knowing that you can hurt the opponent. Challenging of the ball for me also. I know this league is very physical, which I like to be out of my comfort zone, trying to improve every day and also care about the girls, have conversations with them about football and learning from each other. So I'm enjoying so much, even if it's challenging.
Your boss said she feels you can relax a bit more in games, perhaps against the top four. Is that how you feel against Chelsea? It's not a free hit, but it's a game where do you feel you go in a little bit more relaxed, a bit more challenged?
I mean, the pressure is on them. It's true that when you play against big teams, it is how it is. Yeah, the pressure is on them, so you kind of relax a little bit. Well, relax is not the word because you have to work hard. But I think Mel said that we are very focused on the games that we play against the top four. I think the team is ready. We're focusing on tomorrow. I think we know Chelsea very well and we know where we can hurt them.
Well, good luck to Albion women. That is Vicky Lasada speaking there to me and Mel Phillips. So that game is live at 5:30. It's on the BBC Sport website. You can get the link there. We'll hear from our commentator at 5 o'clock with team news and speak to him a bit before 5:30 alongside, of course, Warren in the final whistle, which could be interesting. Albion cruising at 2-0. 2 late goals for Sheffield United. 2-2. You have gone ballistic on Twitter. Simon Rusbridge at BBC Sussex Sport. Hashtag terrible defending since our second goal. Taking our foot off the pedal, not acceptable. What was that last 5 minutes, says Nick Clark. Rob, it was a bit easy at 2-0, wasn't it? Some of our plays been breathtaking, but not created much really. Blaze missed a sitter at 1-0, and the goals were coming. Game on. A couple of you have been critical, one of Adam Webster, one of Bart Verbruggen. Save your ammunition, phone us at half-time. Write the number down, 0800 232 1045. At half-time in the National League South, a reminder, Worthing cruising, second place and 3-1 up at home to Torquay. Eastbourne Borough been pegged back, Kevin Anderson.
All square in the Battle of the Boroughs, as we call it, 1-1, and both goals came in the first 10 minutes, in fact. Archie Proctor racing through from left-back. Left-backs aren't supposed to do that, and cracking a wonderful shot past the keeper. And on 10 minutes, the visitors Farnborough were level. Ollie Robinson with more of a scrambled goal, I have to be honest, from a recycled corner. It's stayed that way, but not for want of trying. The visitors have had more of the play. It's been rather feisty at times. There have been 3 yellow cards so far, 2 for Farnborough and 1 for Eastbourne Borough, and I won't go into details, but at least one of those might just have been a red. Everything to play for, and we're looking forward to the second half. 1-1 at Eastbourne.
Kevin, thank you very much indeed. Elsewhere then, in the Isthmian Premier, Bognor 0-0 with Billericay. They're underway again. Whitehawk 0-0 at Cheshunt. Horsham are 1-0 up at home to Potters Bar. Lewis winning 3-1 at home to Margate. Hastings 2, #0. Well, on Monday night, we've got game changers, and we're going to hear from Andrew Castle. Well, The news, of course, yesterday, Novak Djokovic failing to win that one Grand Slam title that he needs to become the record with 25. He lost his Aussie Open semi yesterday morning, but the 36-year-old Serb still expected to get there before he retires. So is he your greatest of all time? This Monday, we'll hear from Andrew Castle, hear his life story. He spent his early years living above a fish and chip shop before becoming a British number one. He's now the voice of tennis at Wimbledon every year. This is his take on the debate of the GOAT, the greatest of all time.
It's obviously going to come down to numbers if you can't. I mean, numbers, statistics are the refuge of scoundrels, right? So I'll just tell you who the greatest I think is, and that's Novak Djokovic. I mean, I've hit balls with Fred Perry. Yeah. I've played Sampras and Courier and Becker. I've even played with Steffi Graf. But I've never seen a generation in any sport, actually, like Federer and Nadal and Djokovic. And for me, Djokovic is the best of them. For all Nadal's, I mean, it's just simply magnificent. I mean, it's a joke. You've been on centre court when he's come out, or any court, and he starts hitting balls and people go, oh, whoa.
Muscles on him.
Well, I see what the fuss is about. Yeah. There's a certain presence when he's in the room. It's like everyone's a bit hushed. And Roger starts stroking a few balls around. I mean, for me, that's just spine-tingling. Say nothing. Just watch. Enjoy. It's ridiculous. Like Nureyev dancing. Horowitz on the piano. But then Novak. So what's the definition of greatness? Not numbers, right? The definition of greatness, for me, if I had to define it, would be who, under pressure, does the basics to the highest standard. And that's Novak. It's scandalous how good he is, and you don't even notice. He's so good you don't even notice. He does the basics brilliantly. And you know what, can I just say at this point, isn't it amazing that Andy Murray made himself a part of this whole debate at a time when these three are around? Without them, you'd be having a debate about Andy Murray being one of the greatest of all time, without doubt. But you know, obviously, a great return, 3 Grand Slams and 2 Olympic golds.
That is the voice of Andrew Castle. He's our top guest on Game Changers on Monday night. That's between 6 and 7. Between 7 and around 10:30, of course, the Albion away to Luton in the Premier League. They were cruising in the FA Cup at Sheffield United, but it's now 2-2. Second half commentary. Warren Aspel alongside Johnny Cantor.
Both sides back out ready for the second half. We thought that there might be potentially some changes at the break, but looks like no changes from the Seagulls. Igor has come back, so has Adam Webster, so maybe the manager has gone out there and said, you caused your own problems, so yeah. But Sheffield United back out. Couldn't quite get to the bottom of why Chris Wilder was arguing with the referee when he came off. Very unhappy about something, but both VAR decisions for his side went their way, both judged to be onside, and so we start this second half at 2 apiece. And they've really got to sort it out down this left-hand side, Warren, because I think Chris Wilder would probably said to his side, just keep doing the same, chip it over the bot down that right channel, and you know, that's your way forward.
Yeah, Archer, Asula and Bogle just down here.
And they've got pace.
Yeah.
Albion cannot allow them to use it in the second half. Well, there's always goals when it comes to FA Cup matches under Roberto De Zerbi. Albion averaging 2.8 ahead of this one. We've already had 4 already today, so there you go. That's only going one way. We're underway. Sheffield United kick us off. Albion playing from right to left, attacking the travelling supporters as Diaz weaves in from the left-hand side and runs into Buenanotte, who squares it then to Gross, tries to get it back to him. Joao Pedro will win it there, turn, nod it past his man. Close control before Osborne decides to bring him down. I should say chop him down, really. Osborne, who's been booked in the game already. Oh no, it was Norwood, isn't it? Norwood and
Hammer.
Hammer, who are the two who've gone in on the cautions. Gilmore in possession, so...
What surprised me, Johnny, well, it didn't surprise me, Brighton 2-0 and took the foot off the gas, and when it went 2-2, all of a sudden the energy levels went up from Brighton players.
That's a strong challenge there on Estupinian, and the referee's going to bring it back. I think he's actually refereed the game very well indeed, actually.
I think he has, Johnny.
And an excellent hasn't rushed into decisions, but that was certainly the right one as Gross pings the long free kick across to Hinchelwood. Has to get it back there to Buonanotte. Diaz looking for a free kick, didn't get it. Gilmour sends it across to the left. Estupinian inside the box, plays it in there. Left-footed shot by Gross, to miss it completely. Estupinian rounded. Bogle taking it forward, getting towards halfway. Little flick there to Asula. Asula back to Bogle. Now up to Cameron Archer. Will drive it down the line, but blocked by Estupinian. Well, I was saying how the manager's half-time team talk might have been a little bit different than what we thought with 15 minutes to go in that first half, but Albion looking to restore their lead. 2-goal cushion evaporated in that first half. Hinchelwood on the right, 5 yards inside the Blades half. Gilmour now curling it across. Estupinian high towards the edge of the box and tried to prod it through to Pedro, but good defensive work again from Sheffield United. Now they play that ball in, up down the channel. Off there goes Van Hecker as well on this occasion to walk the ball away from Asula.
Turning a bit casual. Estupinian going forward there, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Better passing. Pedro's in.
If you missed it earlier, we've been playing with 3 centre-backs with Webster, Van Hecker and Igor, with Estupinian and Hinchelwood playing high on the flanks. Gross and Gilmour in the middle. João Pedro with Ferguson up front. Buonanotte goes down, not for the first time in the game. Play continues. Sheffield United with Diaz on the outside. Osborne sends in the cross. It's beyond for Brugge. He's misjudged that one. Comes to the near side. Archer does the recycling job. Bring it back in. Palmer. There's a man on the outside. It comes off Igor to Bogle. Bogle jinking into the area. Albion pick up possession. Decent enough turn there by João Pedro, who fouled. It was Bogle who just got a little bit close for comfort, and it'll be a free kick.
Football, Chris is going mad down there on the touchline. Football's changed, Chris. You can't just barge into people.
Yeah. Yes. Well, we know it's all. One thing you know about Sheffield United, they weren't going to give it up even though they were 2-0 down. Fine ball by Gilmour onto the thigh of Hinchelwood. Square ball for Ferguson. It's hard for him to turn here. Already had the ball in the net himself, but that was ruled off for offside. Played into the edge of the area. Pedro flick back to Gross. Gilmour, maybe he'll shoot. No, plays in Buonanotte, drags it to the right of the box. Back again, won't quite find its way back there to João Pedro. Albion pushing from that right side. Pedro sticks it in there for Ferguson. His downward header. Lost a little bit of. Yes.
Handball.
Another penalty for the Seagulls. This time it's a handball in the box. The header came in from Ferguson, and immediately the power was taken of it by which body part? The referee certainly made a quick decision.
It's a lovely little ball, little dink from Hinchelwood. First of all, that's not a penalty. That's not the penalty. So
no,
forget that one.
They're looking at the wrong bit. It's Pedro who clips it in.
Handball has gone up with the hand. Punched it away.
Right hand ahead of his head. So you would say, well, we've had 3 lengthy decisions for VAR, and we're going to have another here.
Look, it's handball. Don't know, he might have pulled it away.
Does it hit his?
Yeah, it is his hand.
If it hits his hand, it is high. Unnatural position in front of the header. It's also in front of the head, which takes a load of power out of the header from Ferguson, so surely it has had an impact.
What's his hand doing up there?
Well, still we understand there is a VAR check continuing, but well, certainly was eventful up at Stoke, and that 4-2 victory in the last round. Here we wait to see whether Albion will have a chance to make it 3-2. Equaliser for Everton against Luton Town. Jack Harrison has got the goal there for the Toffees.
I think he's given that, hasn't he?
Well, there's a long debate going on between the referee and João Pedro and Evan Ferguson, but they're not the two who...
penalty, it's given it.
Mitch nodding his head down. Now I think Pedro just saying, well, you're going to tell the keeper to get back on his line. He's certainly had an interesting debut, Ivo Gerdovic. and he will have to face a second penalty, and a second penalty from João Pedro.
Same way, Johnny?
Went to the left of centre for the first one. He doesn't seem to be standing in the middle. He's certainly offering him that side.
I thought he went right centre. Went right. His goalkeeper's right, he went to.
Yes.
First game.
Pedro's left.
Yeah.
And Pedro's going to step up for his second penalty of the game. Familiar run up, takes his time, slots it into the right hand corner, and once again he sends the keeper the wrong way. Sheffield United 2, Brighton and Hove Albion 3.
Gives him the eyes all the time. As he runs up, the eyes must change, don't they? He's trying to watch the eyes of the goalkeeper. No one near it. Great penalty, great composure. Now let's put the foot on the gas. Change gear. Let's get out of first, get into second, put this game to bed.
Well, 7 minutes played in the second half. They've been positive in this second period. Now they have a third goal. But as the first half told us, we know that Sheffield United will come back at them. Oh, we're talking about the referee, Warren, and he got that one spot on for me as well. Backed up by VAR.
He's been good, the referee. He's made 3 decisions, Johnny. And
they've all been spot on.
Yeah, they've all gone.
Yeah. Well, let's see what sort of response Sheffield United come up with here. They have possession over on the left-hand side, bypassing Trusty to go all the way back to Gerbic. Just the way that Pedro takes so long to just take his time there. Oh, and Igor got suckered in there. They got in behind on the right. Coming forward now, Archer towards the edge of the D. Good tackle by Billy Gilmore. United fans are happy that he didn't release it, and the Scottish international comes away with it to the near side. Igor's a lucky man.
Well, let's be strong. You're talking an heavyweight against a flyweight, aren't you there?
Yeah, very good comparison. Very good comparison. It's Muhammad Ali against... Oh no.
Yeah, Dave Boy Green.
Dave Boy Green.
But you don't go down that easy, do you?
No.
Ali.
Again, I don't think it was a foul, really.
No, he just got his body there.
Yes, had a very challenging afternoon, Igor Julio. And Albion do lead by 3 goals to 2. Can they stay positive? Can they keep passing it and keep working Sheffield United in this second half? 5 goals in the game so far.
The 2 wing backs have to just make it the biggest possible, don't they? Give the full back a problem, which they are doing. But sometimes you have to give the ball a little bit quicker to them. And a little bit better.
Back heel by Pedro, not required there. One by Sheffield United. And that's when I get frustrated. The little flicks and the dinks. Just play the game simple. There's Igor up there to Buonanotte. He scored a cracker in the first half, and he's done well to get past his man now. Left Norwood for dead, and then just tried to take on one too many. Doesn't have too many options on. The crossfield ball was cut out by Webbs, but then he made a mistake and he brings down Diaz. He'll probably get a yellow card for that. Poor initial touch by Adam Webster. That's what let him down. That's what meant it forced him into making the foul.
Johnny, do you know what you said before the game started? Webster, Igor, are they going to be ready to fight for this game? Well, this performance for
we've had the answer, haven't we?
55 minutes. I've got the answer.
Yeah.
They're way off the pace.
Change coming up here. Looks like Norrington Davis is going to come off. And coming on, I'm trying to see who that is coming on there. It looks like Yasser Larouci.
I think he's a wide player, isn't he?
He is.
So I think Osborne will have to go left back, I'm sure.
I seem to remember playing in the game at the Amex. Free kick for Sheffield United, floated across to the near side, played into the box. Big shout for handball. Header comes in, but Brugge comes out to take that. Now it's Sheffield United who are wanting a handball and a penalty.
They're going to shout for everything, though, aren't they?
Yeah.
Right. Too easy, Igor.
Well, it's Armahodzic. No, it comes off his knee, doesn't it? Yeah. Close though. If it hits his arm, it could be a different decision. Played out to the right. Hinchelwood trying to keep the ball in play. Goes out for a throw. Albion will have it.
What Sheffield United will do, they're trying to make it as scrappy as anything, won't they?
Yeah.
They don't want to play.
Disrupt.
Yeah, that's the word.
Yeah. It's the way they like it. Slightly scattergun approach. They mix it up. Don't let Albion. I talked about tempo. That was the thing, wasn't it? When we're talking about Webster and Igor. Albion getting their tempo. I haven't really found it at any major stage in this game, but they do lead by 3-2. Here's Billy Gilmore. I think he's gone early there, but when Anote will give chase, there's no flag, but the keeper comes out anyway, and now the flag comes out. Ironic cheers.
What's the point of putting the flag? The goalkeeper's got it in his hands as well, hasn't he?
Yeah, exactly. Well, the laws of the game have changed. Some would argue not necessarily for the better. But, he's been industrious. He's created stuff, hasn't he? Buonanotte today. There's Igor. Nice little weaving run. Then uses Gilmore. Gilmore. He's got Estupinian away to his left. Pedro in the middle, but he's gone down behind the left-hand side. Pulled across there. Chance for Pedro at the near post. He goes down. Won't be another penalty. It'll be a corner. I'm not sure he's going to give 3.
Do you know what he did? I think he's not gone down there trying to get the penalty, Johnny. I think he just can't get his feet sorted out. I think initially it was for Ferguson the pass. I think he's just put too much bit of weight on it. Don't put that much weight on it. I think it goes to Pedro.
Good run by Estupiñán. He was trying to pick out Ferguson. The ball was cleared. It fell for Pedro. He sort of stumbled to the ground at the near post.
But again, it's a great run.
Was
Estupiñán inside the defender.
And that's what we've said about if you're going to play these high fullbacks, that's what you've got to do. And it's played back to Estupiñán now. Goes to Gross. Gross, who took the corner. He's on this left side of the box, turning it in, deflected. Never got it over the first man. Gilmore has to try and make the header. Estupiñán turns it back there to Verbrugge. Need to stay high up the pitch. The Dutchman picks someone out on the flanks now. Conceded 70 yards of play there.
They'll start again, don't they? Trying to suck Sheffield United in. They don't want to break the flank because they play quite easily around them. So now they've got five players pressing. Can we break this? If we do, we're off.
They've got it up to Ferguson. He's turned neatly. Uses Gross. Now can they move the ball forward quickly? It's through the middle to Pedro. Pedro still going. Couple of touches. 2 to his right. One is Hinchelwood arriving now. 5 queuing up there. The cross is a poor one, and again it's deflected. And Sheffield United win it through Norwood. Cleared up towards halfway. In there goes Van Hecke. And his first touch presents an opportunity for Archer. Archer plays it to the left. Diaz wants to get it onto his right foot. Cutting inside to the edge of the box. Chance for a right-footed shot. Deflected wide. This time Igor makes a vital interception. Corner for Sheffield United.
End-to-end stuff now, Johnny. But it's a poor cross from Hinchelwood. Puts you in trouble. We've broken 5 plays. Then we're at it. Diaz gets forward. Takes Webster on. It's a great bit of vision from him. Finds bowler who's run probably 80 yards, Johnny, from one end of the pitch to the other. It's a good defensive block from Igor, but it shouldn't be happening.
Yeah.
Poor in the final third. Great defending though.
Here comes the corner from the right hand side. Norwood to take. The former Albion player swinging it away from goal towards the back post. Comes off the top of Van Hecke's head. Comes up there for Harmer. Harmer now crossing, rolls it wide. Brereton Diaz, he turns it in, goes towards the knee post. It did take a deflection. Verbrugge tried to stop it from going out of play, but it'll be another corner, this time down the Sheffield United left.
Again, stretching. I don't think if you're that far stretching, Johnny, you're not in the right position, are you? Yeah, I think Hinchelwood needs to shout behind him. He could have headed that.
Go back to Osborne, down by the byline. Just little flick header there off Archer. Turn back in. Igor gets there to hook it away. Not much distance with the clearance though. Roll back to the left hand side. Ben Osborne turns. Back in field. Larucci. Osborne breezes past Buonanotte. Sends in the cross. And Hecke headed it away over to the far right hand side. Pedro challenging there with Larucci. Larucci does well. Good battle between those two. So the United player stayed down, fell slightly awkwardly. Maybe that was the problem, but Just over a quarter of an hour played. It's been a pulsating FA Cup tie here on BBC Radio Sussex.
It's up now though, Johnny.
Yeah, now they've got possession. Nice turn by Gilmore, brought down for a kick. Sheffield United fans not happy. There is a double change. Lewis Dunk and Danny Welbeck are coming on for the Albion.
Ferguson's done well, Johnny.
Yeah,
he's took a few knocks for us as well. He's probably got a little knock.
Bit unlucky not to have a goal. Got a shot from the edge of the box. He had the header that went into the back of the net, was offside.
Got the penalty for us.
But,
some good touches.
Yeah.
Lewis Dunk comes on for Ego.
He's made a couple of important defensive headers as well. So
I think Webster now comes to the left. I think Webster's more, better on the left hand side.
Yeah. Well, I think Dunk hopefully can marshal things from the back. So Lewis Dunk getting half an hour at the end here in the FA Cup, and a triple change coming up here. McBurney, I think, is going to come on. I'll work out the changes that are being made here. So Diaz coming off. 32 coming on for 9. So Asula looks like he's coming off.
McAteer come on this right hand side, won't he?
Young Brooks is going to come on.
Archer good to the left. Burnley down the middle. And who's the last one coming on? Is Andre Brooks. Is lively.
Yeah, he's a decent player, isn't he? Osborne making way. Osborne actually had a good game, actually. That left foot of his, he's whipped a few decent balls in, but certainly Andre Brooks creates different options and different threats. Leicester leading by 2 goals to nil at home against Birmingham City this afternoon. As play resumes then, all the changes made. Certainly Welbeck will probably just light for light, really, isn't it, with Ferguson him up the top there. Probably be back in the starting 11 on Tuesday night against Luton Town, the game you can hear live on BBC Radio Sussex. As Lewis Dunk has his first contribution, it's to work it to the left hand side and to Adam Webster, who sends it long straight over the top. It's a good ball that, and Estupiñán's in behind, goes down the left foot. Oh, that's an early cross towards the back post. He's hoisted it all the way over there to Hinchelwood, who misjudged it, but underneath it, went beyond Welbeck as well. Used to play that by Adam Webster.
Yes, it was a good ball, wasn't it, on his weaker side?
Yeah. And Albion leading by 3 goals to 2 here as they've put it out wide to Hinchelwood. Hint of offside, but he's down by the corner flag. Can he create something from there? Needs a bit of help. There's no one within 15-20 yards of him at the moment, but he rolls it back there to Gilmore. Stoke have pulled one back against Sunderland, but Wigan are back in the lead against Stevenage. Oh, mistake there by Van Hecker. We'll put it behind Gilmore and just present it. That's one thing you can't do, just give easy possession away. They sent the ball over the top. Webster has to leave it for his keeper, who comes out, made a good decisive move there. Bart Verbrugge sends it out of play for a throw. Bogle will take it quickly.
Yeah, I don't know why keeping it staying in his box there, Johnny.
Yeah, but that floated ball again, just in the channel, it's something to do, and it's been dangerous for them. Goes the ball straight down the middle of the pitch. Lewis Dunk allows it to bounce, then heads it back to his goalkeeper. Just trying to work out who's going to play where, really. Is it Sariki going to be on the right? Here's Gross, edge of his box.
Players are probably getting forward, isn't he?
Yeah, here's the press, played into Gilmore. Foul judged there by the referee. Well, Albion playing it tight in their own penalty box. Nearly came a cropper. Equaliser for Plymouth at Leeds, 1 apiece there. Adam Randall's got the goal. Here Albion 3-2 up. Long ball forward towards Danny Welbeck, headed away by Almahodzi. Pedro back foraging into the centre circle. Has to retreat. Dunk goes back. Takes the first touch, plays it to Webster. Eases it across from left to right to Pascal Gross. Hinchwood had made the run, not used, so they go through the middle. Buonanotte on there to Welbeck. Welbeck, couple of touches, rolls it to the left. Estupinian arriving. Takes a touch now, drifts into the box. Sheffield United getting set, so he has to pull it back for Webster. He floats it in there. Hinchwood was challenging, nodded away. Welbeck goes to the right side of the area.
You only need half a yard there, don't you? And Estupinian just whip it in. 4 in the box.
Creeping forward is Van Hecker. Rolls it to the edge of the D. Pedro, right-footed, drills it home. It's a hat-trick for João Pedro. The prolific striker aimed into the left-hand corner and fired it past Ivo Grbić. Sheffield United 2, Brighton and Hove Albion 4.
What a finish. I just complaining about Estupinian not crossing the ball quick enough, but it's drilled into him. What a first touch, Johnny. Out of his feet, then strikes it bottom right-hand corner. Keeper no chance. But what a touch. It's a lovely ball in, isn't it?
Yeah, Van
into
Hecker
his
does
feet.
well.
Van Hecker, bang. First touch, out of his feet. Little touch with his left, onto his right.
He sort of seems to give him the eyes as if he's opened up his body to go to the right side, but no, he drills it low and there's enough pace to get it past the Croatian in the Sheffield United goal. Well, he's the record signing, but he's paying dividends, that's for sure.
That's another ball to his collection, isn't it, Johnny?
It certainly is.
Gets the match ball.
Chris Wilder doesn't look too happy on the sidelines.
Probably because the free kick was given, wasn't it? It's a soft free kick, isn't it?
Yeah.
Given to us. But don't mind, Chris. He's always concentrating on the league.
We'll take it. Well, that's always the priority, of course. But he was hoping, I think, really that a cup win might give them an extra bit of confidence, perhaps. But they came from 2 goals behind in the first half. They'll have to do it again in the second with a quarter of the game to go.
Well, I don't think that will happen, Johnny, because I think we've got too many experienced leaders on the pitch now. We've got Dunk and Welbeck, so the standards have risen a little bit higher.
Yes, 2 players who you would expect to be starting on Tuesday evening. But we'll have to make decisions a little bit later on the game in terms of resting a few. João Pedro may be one of them. Sent up the pitch. Webster allows it to bounce, but then heads it back there to Dunk. McBurney going in with him as well. He's always open to a foul or two, isn't he? McBurney, socks around his ankles virtually. Puts himself about a bit, as they say. Here's Welbeck, dropping deep inside his own half in the centre circle to Gross. Gross looking for options. This time it's Estupinian who's gone through the centre. Sends it to the left while Pedro peeling away. Down towards the left side of the area. Quick run in there. Flicked. Chance for Buonanotte. Saved by the keeper.
Queuing up back post, aren't they?
Yeah, 3 of them there. Hinchwood would have waited for it if it had gone past those 2. In the end, it was Buonanotte with the opportunity. First touch was a bit of a flick and then went in, but the keeper had got down well.
This gap's going to open now. Sheffield United have to go for it again. We have to just pick them off, Johnny.
Well, wherever they can. Let's hope so. After that tally, looking for a 4th away win in the FA Cup under Roberto De Zerbi. 100% record under the manager away from home. And as it stands at the moment, that will continue.
Well, Buonanotte coming off, Lallana coming on, Lamptey coming on, and I think it'll be Hinchwood coming off.
Yeah, so 3rd and 4th change for the Albion.
Great strike to set the tempo, Johnny.
Yeah.
From Buonanotte. Lovely finish.
Oh, we know he's got it in his locker. We are seeing more from him now. He's probably growing and learning, and he is actually playing week in, week out at the moment.
He's sending Lamptey back off to change. What does it matter? Because Lallana had to go on. Now Lamptey's going to come back.
because it wasn't the number
Little
that was
was
on
not coming
the,
off.
Well, you're all right with the changes. It is double changes, one left available. Is he okay? I don't know, Adam Inchwood. He seems to be a little bit of work with the backroom staff, so we'll have to keep an eye on that one as Bogle tries to get forward down the right. Webster goes in there, plays it out for a corner. Did the job initially, but
you don't need to put what are you trying to do? Just shielded it out, got the body and then tried to put his foot on the byline and falls over it.
It's a strange
what we need now, we need Lamptey to get forward, get a good 20 minutes under his belt.
Yeah, and then they can use him as an attacking option going forward in future games. There's a potential new role for him with the lack of wingers. And here comes the corner for Sheffield United. Albion leading by 4-2. Live commentary in the FA Cup from BBC Radio Sussex and Albion TV. A little bit of shenanigans going on in the penalty
VAR,
box.
something like that with the VAR here, isn't it?
Pascal Gross just asking what it was, but it's come to nothing, thankfully. I don't want to lose is somebody silly with a caution. And here comes the corner away from goal to the penalty spot, downward header. In there is Joao Pedro, overhead kick from Estupinian, chested off by Adam Lallana. Gross, Lallana again, Estupinian sending it up the line, but it goes out of play. Worthing now 3-2 up against Torquay, that's in National League South. And Eastbourne Borough now leading by 2-1 against Farnborough. It was one apiece earlier in that one. Reaction to come from that game coming up after 5:30. Here's Gerbich, cross to the right, headed by Van Hecker. Out of play it goes for Sheffield United throw. No game for Crawley today. They were due to be playing Wrexham, who are in action on Monday night. I think they're taking 5,000 fans to Blackburn. I would say probably there's 4,000 Albion fans here witnessing a 4-2 lead at the moment. Lamptey trying to back heel it, kept in play by Sheffield United. Driven forward, across comes Estupinian. Just get away, free kick. Pascal Gross clipping his man.
Got away with one there, I think.
Yeah, arguably he knows what he's doing. It should be a yellow card. Webster booked so far in this game for the Albion, with just over a quarter of an hour still to be played in normal time in this second half. Also a midweek round coming up in the 5th round, and no replays either. Pedro on halfway, trying to ping it in there to Welbeck. Sheffield United win it on halfway, just crowding out the green and black shirts of the Seagulls. Good timely tackle initially by Van Hecker, then they give it away and he's down and he's hurt there, Van Hecker, but now he gets up to his feet, so we can probably do with the same argument to him there. But Sheffield United attack down to the byline, pulled back onto the edge of the box, sliding in into Stupinian. He boos, and I think that really is because Van Hecker went down. He's having a word with McBurney, he doesn't want to get involved in something. You know what McBurney's going to try and do? He's going to wind you up.
Yeah, and he did. He let one of him, didn't he? Because Webster's caught McBurney, didn't he? He's gone on to Van Hecker and probably let him have it. Probably know each other from the Championship, Johnny, don't they? McBurney and Van Heck.
Yep. He's all arms and elbows, isn't he, Ollie McBurney? So the changes was made. The player to come on is Vinny Souza, Brazilian. Been told to take it back, and they will have a free kick. It's inside their own box. Lewis Dunk to take it up to Joao Pedro, cushioned headed down to Welbeck. Welbeck felt he was foul, but Lallana takes control, rolls it across to Lamptey, still inside his own half, working on that right flank. Here are the boos for Jan-Paul Van Hecker. So we've got to come back here in the Premier League in a few weeks' time. Every game live on BBC Radio Sussex, of course. Doesn't matter what the competition, FA Cup, Premier League and Europa League. Gross to Lallana. Souza wins it. Estupinian Nice play. Lallana creeps out of trouble there, then wins the free kick. Very clever, really. I'm not sure it was a foul by Bogle, but he got suckered in there by the experienced England international.
I think the substitution they just made Sheffield United as well.
Sousa coming on, yeah.
Sousa, yes, I think he's just chasing on, trying to kick people as well. Maybe.
Somebody who has been playing in the foot of the midfield for Sheffield United. A lot expected of the Brazilian. Tidy player, and he'll be back in action, I'm sure, Tuesday night for their game against Crystal Palace. Here come United. Dropping off there is McBurney. Rolls it out to the left-hand side. Larouci getting a little bit of help. McBurney again out to the touchline. Standing firm there was Van Hecker. Now been trying to break. João Pedro asking a lot there of Lamptey. That was going to stretch the hamstrings.
Yeah, he didn't want to stretch him, did he? Neither.
I think it was probably not worth it the way it was going. But still 13 minutes of normal time remaining. Sheffield United 2, Brighton and Hove Albion 4. Lewis Dunk heading it up there to Lallana. Nudges it to Estupinian, who goes down.
I told you, just knee. Johnny.
Yeah.
He's kicking people.
Still on the ground, holding his knee. Let's hope he's okay, but Sheffield United want to pull one back here. The cross comes in, blocked by Lamptey. Well, the referee's let most things go today.
It's his thigh, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's caught him on the thigh.
It's late.
He knew what he was doing, didn't he?
Of course he did. I wonder whether they're just leaving a message. So when you come back in a few weeks' time, this is what you can expect. Here's the corner for Sheffield United. Swung in. Punched away by Verbrugge.
I don't know, I didn't catch that, Johnny. Nobody around him. Coming into his chest and just punched it.
Never totally
back out to the Sheffield United player.
Yep, and it'll come back in again, in at the near post, while Pedro goes to meet it and head it clear for Brighton. Well, going to throw everything at Albion as Karifi tried to flick that over the top of Gross. It'll go out for a goal kick. Certainly no, but Albion do have the 2-goal cushion. Just over 10 minutes left here at Bramall Lane. Action to come, and of course don't forget you can get involved in the final whistle after 5. Plenty to discuss from today, whatever the result, and of course another game on Tuesday, so you may want to have a reflection on this, but also look ahead to that one too. The game's coming thick and fast. Van Hecker now rolling it forward to Lamptey. Lamptey with the chance to get forward. Turns, checks, uses Lallana, takes it back off him, and Lamptey has it now, taking it back. Some boos you can hear there are for Van Hecker. Leicester City now in cruise control there, 3-0 up. But Stevenage now leading Wigan by 3-2 in Bedford game there. Former Crawley boss Steve Evans in charge at Stevenage. Yes. Massive upset earlier today. Maidstone beating Ipswich of the Championship.
Ken, so he just left us on somebody else.
Pedro it was who went down there. Well, I think they're probably just trying to get through the game unscathed now. Understandably, really. But it's a good run by Gilmore down the channel, but pass was asking too much of him. It's back there to Gerbic. Stupinian tries to close him down. The keeper plays it to the left. Larouci wants just to spin away from Welbeck. Uses Trusty. He hasn't looked very convincing at centre-back today.
No, he hasn't, has he? So he can play against us in a couple of weeks' time. I'll tell Chris, first name on the team sheet, he had a good game, I'll say.
Yeah, the likes of Egan missing, of course. Tom Davis is out, the former Everton player. They have had their injuries, but a back heel there allows Bogle to get in, gets into the box on the right side. It's a tightish angle, then tries to drill it low, and the sting is taken out of a deflection off Lewis Dunk, and it's easy for Brugge to save. But they're still creating chances, Sheffield United.
I think Believe will come on now, Johnny. They take the Stupian off. It's got a little bit of a knock.
Yeah,
makes sense, doesn't it? You don't
want to risk him, do you? Even João Pedro as well, another player you don't want to lose at any place. He's had a A few kicks in the last 5 minutes. A spin away there from Almazogic, who's now holding his face. Sheffield United continue, lobbed into the box by Norwood, headed away there by Van Hecker, picked up on the left by Sheffield United again. Larucci onto his left foot, 3 yards outside the box, checks, goes back outside.
Good defending, good shape, very quickly there, under a little bit of pressure.
Yeah, late in the game, something that you've got to do. Oh, Alan Lallana leading arm there. So Norwood unfazed by that one. And wide it goes. Coming in off the flank is Bogle. He's got forward a bit more in the last 10 minutes or so.
See, once we win it back, that was just good then. We don't want to get it away too cheaply.
Yeah, keep holding it, keep working it. I'm sure there'll be plenty of added on time. We had nearly 11 minutes in the first half in the end. That's when Sheffield United were on the up and up. Lay off by McBurney goes to no one. Only Webster will be able to track back there. Wants to play it out though, but uses Verbrugge, crosses goal line, floated ball to Lamptey. Lamptey on the right, needs a bit of help, finds it in the shape of Van Hecker. He sends it up there towards Welbeck. No way he was going to get that one under control. Mid-rib, sort of around his waist actually. Port Vale 0, Portsmouth 1. A late goal there from the penalty spot by Colby Bishop for Pompey, who are looking for a promotion this season. Here come Sheffield United. João Pedro committed the foul, but advantage played. Chance from the edge of the box deflected. Important block there. Lewis Dunk got his body in the way, out for a corner. Sheffield United not done just yet.
No. He's got the first one, the centre half on. Pedro just got in front of him, plays it wide, good ball, drives into the box, but good defending.
Here comes Carlos Baliba. It's going to be Billy Gilmore to come off actually. So final change for the Seagulls. Sheffield United fans want the Scottish international to disappear a little bit quicker. 6 more minutes left. I think anyone would do the same in the same position. Everton 1, Luton 1. Leicester going through to the next round. They lead Birmingham City by 3 goals to 0. Leeds 1, Plymouth 1. Some
replays in this FA Cup this round.
Albion will be grateful that they don't. Here's the corner for Sheffield United. Right-footed, swinging ball to the back post. Downward header, it's just wide. Too easy there for the home team. Probably should have done better. Still 4-2 to the Seagulls.
Well, it's a free header, isn't it? He has to do better, Johnny. It's a wonderful ball in from Norwood. Was he 6 yards out? Just uses Burnley as well as a lever. Free header, nobody's marking him.
Yeah.
Dunk, I think he's gone inside.
Well, as I say, we had 6 goals. We probably could have had double figures. Here's Lamptey, motoring forward, good ground there. Stayed on his feet well, under pressure from Sousa.
Good play from Lamptey there. He's got his body on a couple of occasions there in front of the man.
Yeah, and if he lost it, he would have got the free kick, wouldn't he? So good to see some of these players coming back. John Veltman, of course, still sidelined at the moment. Julio Enciso, Ansu Fati. I'm sure they'll wait for maybe a little bit more time for him to unleash him on teams. Turn around for Derby, they lead Cheltenham by 2 goals to 1 after a 1-0 deficit. And here Albion playing it out from the back. Pascal Gross working it to the right hand side. Welbeck about keeping the ball as we enter the final 5 minutes of normal time. Spread across to Webster. Webster flicks it back there to Verbrugge.
It's easy though, Johnny, isn't it?
They've quite got the...
They're tired, aren't they?
Yeah, I was just about to say, they've quite got the intensity anymore that they had in various periods in the game, unfortunately.
And we're still making the pitch so big, aren't we? Estupiñán and Lamptey, both wide. Believer bursting through now.
Yeah, good run from him. Trying to play it on there to Welbeck, come off the defender. Larucci was retreating, puts it behind.
It's a great run there from Believer. I think he could have played it a little bit earlier.
Yeah, but good to see him getting on the ball. He needs to grow in a bit of confidence. Another player who maybe isn't quite there just yet. Both our local sides in National League South still leading by 4-2. Worthing up against Torquay, down to 10 men. East Warnborough 2-1 up at home. Here Albion have a 4-2 lead in the FA Cup. And they have a corner. It's going to be Stupinian to take it from the right, swinging it in left-footed to the 6-yard box. Header away by McBurney. It's up there, Believer could look wide, he does, drags it back out there. Stupinian, curling ball in there, headed away. Dunker stayed forward, trying to make a nuisance of himself, but it's cleared to halfway. Albion will pick up possession once more again, though. Certainly been an entertaining day in the FA Cup. You go to the BBC Sport website to watch the action. Here's Welbeck spreading it to the left-hand side to Pervis Estupinian. Here's Welbeck out wide. Estupinian again. Albion using a bit of keep ball with this 2-goal cushion. The right thing to do, but they still need to be progressive, as Webb said, no idea where he was going there, and he ran into trouble, and it could cause trouble because there's a ball over the top. Van Hecker's trying to get back, but it's into the left-hand side of the Albion box. Defenders coming back now, pulled to the edge of the area, left foot strike, comes off Dunk. Good work by the Albion captain there, well positioned, and Albion now try and work it away to the right-hand side. I have to say, on other occasions, on other days, Albion could have been punished a lot more than they have been today, Warren.
Oh, of course, Cameron Archer, yes, got the ball, but Webster's giving it away. That goes to Mo Salah, one against your last defender. You're expecting your goalkeeper to pull a save off. Only the inexperience of Archer, that he's tried to wait for more Sheffield United players to get up with him. They've gone and lost it. It's very important you keep the ball. If you want to play this way, you have to keep the ball.
Yeah, getting into the right habits. Welbeck back to Gross. Gross floating it. Can't get through to Welbeck, but via a deflection, hands it in there to Estupinian. In comes Sousa. He's quite imposing, isn't he? Tall Brazilian midfielder, but that's a good tackle by Adam Webster. Gross gets off the ball. He's going everywhere, isn't he? Sousa's furious with his teammates, apart from anything. He's crashing and bashing into everybody.
And he's like a bull in a china shop, isn't he? Leaving his foot in there.
But he is big, he's strong, he's tall. Yeah, but and he usually plays in that little sitting role in front of the back four.
But when you play like this and it's not the ball around, it's quite easy, isn't it?
Pedro trying to flick it out wide, it comes back in field. Lallana rolling it down the left, Estupinian arriving, curls it into the box, hooked away. Pedro has it again, already got a hat-trick, but he's not going for a fourth there. He's going to turn and take it back as we go into the last 60 seconds of the second half. Estupinian still willingly run down the left-hand side, tries to pull it back on the angle, still cleared away, this time by the captain, Alma Hodzic.
I think Estupinian needs to practice on his crossing, doesn't he?
I think so. I can't be too critical because the amount of running he does is quite sensational. When everyone else starts to flag, he just seems to keep going. That wasn't great from Lallana, who tries to touch it through to Gross, and the back pass goes to Gurdovic. Millwall 1, Preston North End 1, draw in the Championship for that one. As Sheffield United play it across on the left, and Hecker goes in with a challenge. It will be a Blades throw. Late goal for Luton Town against Everton. Corley Woodrow with what could be a winner in the FA Cup. 8 minutes to be added on then. Albion's opponents on Tuesday night then, leading by 2-1. Penalty throw, not the best, easiest of places to go, that's for sure, in terms of atmosphere, particularly under the lights.
Well, that will give them as well. They'll give them confidence, Johnny, won't it? Like we said about winning, it's an habit. Them going to Everton, it's a great result for Luton Town.
Yeah, still not quite over, but they've already played 6 minutes of injury time and they've only just scored, so could be the winner. Sheffield United have won a corner down the right. Norwood, outswinger, into the middle, flick header towards the back post, picked up there by Archer, floating it high. Out comes Pedro, there's an offside. So 8 minutes then to be added on here at the end of this FA Cup tie. A reminder, it's finished at Ellen Road. Leeds 1, Plymouth 1, so that one's going to a replay. Sunderland have beaten Stoke by 3 goals to 2-1 rather. Leicester are through. They've won by 3 goals to 0 against Birmingham at full time at Goodison Park. Luton are through to the 5th round. Albion look like they will be joining them, but a little bit more work to do. They lead by 4 goals to 2 here on BBC Radio Sussex. The final whistle to come just after 5 o'clock this evening. On the right hand side, Sheffield United with possession, working it into the middle. Heavy touch and Joao Pedro tries to win it, but Believer going to backward head it to Welbeck, but they've got it down the near side. Webster chasing, makes the challenge.
That's better from Webster.
That's better, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's what you want to see.
I think he's playing much better on this left-hand side, Johnny.
Yeah. You said it straight away. You think he's better on this near side, and you've been proved right, as you usually are. And it's a corner on the right-hand side as we're joined by our international listeners here on BBC Radio Sussex. Right side, Norwood floats it into the box. Another good header from Webster this time to get it clear to the near side, where Larouci will pick it up. Albion leading by 4 goals to 2. We've played 2 minutes of added on time. 8 in total to be added at the end of the game. Sheffield United pushing down the left, drifting into the box. Van Hecker tries to stop the cross, and he's done well, holding them up. Sousa goes across to get it, on as a substitute. Trying to get it back. 4 waiting in the box, but it's dragged down the left-hand side. Wideish angle, chance to deliver, but it's pulled back to the edge of the area. Right-footed shot, and sent right over the top of the bar. Yeah. Not just over, well over. Goal kick still, Sheffield United 2, Brighton and Hove Albion 4.
Cameron Archer there does us a favour there, cutting back on his right foot. If he's got a left foot, he just whips it across, and there's 3 or 4 Sheffield United players running into that 6-yard box waiting for the tap-in. But he comes back onto his right foot and tries to play the midfield player running onto it, and hits it high and wide.
That miss has prompted a cheer and a few chants from the Albion fans down the other end of the pitch. Maybe they feel that they've done enough, but there's still another 5 minutes of injury time to be played as Fariki tries to get past Webster again, who does a grand job standing firm. Pedro's clearance is poor. Amahodzic hasn't. Turns it inside. Everybody camped in the Albion half at the end of the game. Rolled out wide. Fariki with a chance to pick out 3 in the middle. Bernie wants it back post, never got off the ground. The lever's clearance was poor as well. And then he's just waiting for the ball to come towards him, and he's nearly robbed, but Bogle a bit of a hash of it.
Well, I think Webster there trying to back heel in his own 18-yard box. Too casual at times, and I know we're 2-0 up. 2 goals up, sorry, but we were 2 goals up in the first half.
Yeah, and
just do the right things, what you've been doing to get in your leads. Keep the ball, move it well, move it early, make the game easy.
The lever looks very casual in possession, doesn't he? Seems still with too much confidence as it's floated forward by Lewis Dunk, a straightish ball. Down the middle, Larouci will get to it first and play it back to his keeper. Gerbic chased there by Welbeck, who forces a bit of a mistake with the clearance, and Joao Pedro picks it up, fizzes it in. Welbeck with a chance here, turns, spins, thought about a shot, then tried to relay it. Believer goes charging in, it bangs against him and goes spinning out of play for a goal kick.
This goalkeeper, Johnny, from
I'm not quite sure what Wes Foderingham will be thinking. Whether Foderingham will be back in on Tuesday night against Crystal Palace, we'll have to wait and see. Still going here. All the other 3 o'clock kickoffs in the FA Cup are over. Fulham take on Newcastle at 7. McBurney chesting that one off, then leaping high, heading it back to Vinny Sousa. Lever getting involved there with his arm around the neck, so gives away a free kick. Victories both for Worthing and Eastbourne Borough in the National League South. Reaction to come from those ones a little bit later on. Here's Sousa, floating a ball in behind down the right, and Mahodzic got forward. First time ball in, Dunk flicked it away, didn't get much of a connection, but helped by Webster, who launches it high up towards Adam Lallana. A mistake at the back there by Norwood. Off goes Welbeck. trying to get towards the edge of the box, trying to take on Larucci. He's in the area, tightish angle, but he's finished it anyway. And that's finished this FA Cup tie. Danny Welbeck with strength, with power and precision. Sheffield United 2, Brighton and Hove Albion 5.
Great centre forward play that is, isn't it? Slowed the full back down, went again, got his body across. Well, I'm not too sure it was going in, Johnny. I think the goalkeeper may have knocked it in, trying to save it. But like you say, Danny Welbeck back to his best. Don't forget, it's come from our own 6-yard box. It's a clearance. I don't know Lana there, but he just chased it, just nicks in front of the halfway line, drives forward. But what's good about this, he just slows him down and goes again. It's a great bit of foot. But it's a great, maybe you see from this angle, Johnny, if it was going in or not.
Well, I think we should give him the credit.
Yeah, it's a good. I think it's going in. The keeper's got no chance.
The keeper would be disappointed not to save it. That's for sure. It's pretty much straight at him, but get it on target, you got a chance of scoring.
It's good. He slowed him down, went again, cut across him. Still got the legs, hasn't he?
He certainly has. He always looks as fit as a fiddle.
The sound of Sussex.
Only a matter of time now before Albion make it through to the 5th round. Here's McBurney holding it up through the legs of Lewis Dunk there, and Pariki gets onto it. Left-footed shot, comes down off the crossbar. Did it go over the line? No, says the referee. Checks with his watch. Well, it's a fearsome shot. I don't know whether Babruga maybe got a little touch on it, but
great bit of skill, isn't it? I have to tell you. Well, it's the same position where Buonanotte, but Buonanotte's a stanchion.
Full time, Albion through to the 5th round of the FA Cup. Sheffield United 2, Brighton and Hove Albion 5. A Joao Pedro hat-trick, but also a wonderful goal from Facundo Buonanotte, and Welbeck putting the icing on the cake right at the end to see them through to the next round. You have to say, the Blades fought back to make it 2-2 at half-time, made it difficult for the Seagulls, but in that second half they created enough opportunities and took enough opportunities to send them through.
Great. Danny Welbeck there had the ball at his feet, just picked the ball up and just presented it to Pedro. But Johnny, I say, if you're not at it in games, any game, you'll get punished. And we was cruising at 2-0, took our foot off the pedal, get caught 2-2. Then after that, second half, just steamrolled, didn't we? Really get not many chances for them. We could have had a few more goals, if I'm honest, with a better pass, better cross in the final third. But to come here, score 5 goals, tremendous.
In terms of the performance, obviously Joao Pedro will probably get the headlines with the hat-trick. We did talk about the return of Igor and the return about Webster, and I don't think they'll be convincing the manager that they're starting in the Premier League, though.
No, but
they grew into the game, I guess, as well.
Yeah, Webster was better on this left-hand side, but Igor was at 6s and 7s, probably not his natural position. Don't want to play probably out wider.
Yeah, that's true.
So we might give him benefit of the doubt. He's coming back from an injury as well. But Johnny, it's great, and Pedro talking to
Sousa, the two Brazilians in deep conversation, while the rest of the squad head down the far side. We talked about the numbers of those fans. Well, we can hear them, we can see them. They've been brilliant again this afternoon, and they've been rewarded with another FA Cup victory. 100% record away from home in the FA Cup under Roberto De Zerbi.
Yeah, tremendous, Johnny, isn't it? 9 goals against 2 sides. Okay, 4 against, but you come to watch games and watch goals going in the back of the net, don't you? I don't mind if we win 5-4, but like I say, the fans there, the fans great, appreciating the football we've played, and what's better is the players saying to the fans, thanks for turning up, because that's a brilliant turnout in the FA Cup 4th round. 4,000 fans making a long journey, or maybe only a short journey for a few, Yorkshire Bill, but tremendous, absolutely tremendous fans. Great turnout.
We said there's so much to look forward to in 2024 for Seagull supporters and for everybody involved in the football club. The FA Cup is a big part of that. Mission accomplished in South Yorkshire, Warren.
Yeah, mission accomplished. Who's going to have given the old... Here he is. Ciao Pedro.
Here he comes, the hat-trick hero with a ball tucked under his arm. Goes to the supporters and gives them what they want. And this is the sort of stuff you've got to enjoy it, and no one's going anywhere. You want to stay here, soak it up, enjoy it.
Yeah, that's what you want, Johnny, isn't it? It's great for a striker to score 3 goals. But them fans there witnessing, it's wonderful to come a long way, and you get your value for money, don't you? And they follow them all over the country, all over Europe, and get the just rewards, don't they? And that's a tremendous performance to come here.
And of course now we just have to wait for the draw, Warren. Obviously you just want to try and make it as easy as possible as you can, but obviously Maidstone caused an upset today. There are some championship teams left in the competition as well. They're probably about due a home tie, aren't they?
Yeah, we're due an home tie. But like I said, John, I don't mind anybody, if I mean it, and I don't think the manager would mind anybody, because when you play football like that, in stages of the game, people can't live with us. They suck you in, and then we get the ball out wide, or we go down the middle, quick 1-2 passing. It's good football. Leicester, any team, Leeds or Plymouth, but give Maidstone a payday. Come to us, Maidstone. Oh, we'll go there if you want to. I'm not bothered.
Well, they beat Grimsby, didn't they, on the way to the semi-finals last season. You can find out, of course, the details of that draw coming up. But time to reflect now, and a chance for you to have your say. 2-0 in the Premier League, but goals just not a problem in the FA Cup for Brighton and Hove Albion. Full time at Bramall Lane, Sheffield United 2, Brighton and Hove Albion 5.
Cool, great stuff, gentlemen. Thank you. So Johnny off to get reaction. We're going to let Warren have a minute's break. He's been talking almost non-stop for the best part of 2 hours. A credible result in the end for the Seagulls.